I'm hoping you can tell that I cleaned my room for this video. Like, my bed is actually made. There's nothing on the ground. I guess that's about all you can really see in my videos. I know you can see all the dust particles. It's because I'm blowing my nose. But, hello. I decided I actually made a script today for today's video, which is good for me because now I can actually kind of express cohesive thoughts and whatnot. And the main topic or the title of today's video is There is no answer and that's okay. Um should I introduce myself first? My name is Jlin. I'm trying to run a business. I'm neurodivergent. Um I'm overly woke. That pretty much sums me up in about 3 words or 3 sentences. I don't know. Whatever the hell I said, but so, like I said, we're gonna talk about why it is okay that there are no answers. Recently I've went on like this whole just revelation about life. Like just really for the past few years I've made it my goal to really learn about my world. Learn about the world and learn about me and learn about people. Just learn. I love to learn. Take that time to dedicate for me because I knew that was something I wanted to do. That's just something I wanted to do. I just wanted to learn. So fast forward to now, almost 3 years later, but not quite yet. I think almost 3 years, not maybe like 2 years. 3 years later, I come to this revelation about life, and I've been sitting on this for a while now. I've been sitting on this for mm, maybe 2 months now, a month and a half, maybe. I don't know exactly how long the timeline. Maybe not even that long. I don't know, but I've realized I'm gonna say it again. There is no answer. Like to life, like the things that we live by in life is made up. Everything is made up. So, backstory on how I got to this revelation. Now, full warning: what I'm about to say, um, I do not advise anybody to actually do. And that I only did this because I knew I could handle it. Because I know my limit. I know I'm very responsible myself. So, I decided to go on a little drinking experiment because for a while I used to drink back in school days, but then I stopped. So mostly because I then grew like a kind of negative relationship with it, and I realized I learned a lot of shit. That's all I have to say. Learned a lot of shit. Anyways, then I started drinking again. Now I have a different relationship with alcohol and drinking. Definitely way different, much more healthy, much healthier. Not super sad or anything like that. So when I realized, and then I came to a observation, and I noticed that when I drink, especially by myself, I think more and I feel more open and free. Like I still have all of my thoughts. Obviously, I'm not turning into a different person, but I'm able to understand myself more and like break down these doors a little bit that can make me blind to my visions and stuff. And since me, I love thinking and I love learning and I love figuring shit out. I decided to go on an experiment and I decided to just drink a little bit for like 2 weeks. I gave myself a limit 2 weeks. I didn't even make it to 2 weeks. I think I made it to like a week or a week and a half. I don't know, but um, during this time, one night I came to this great revelation of there being no answer to this world. So I have a bunch of notes. I have a bunch of notes. First note. The first thing I will say about this revelation is once I realized this, I became way more free. I feel free and I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and I'm free and I'm happy. So, my first thought is going to be, let's look. So, in order, how I came to the first thing I learned is I started to question why I care about, why we care about certain things. Why do we value certain things? Why do we put attention in our hearts and emotions into certain things of dedication? Why? Why do we want, maybe why it could be superficial. Why do I want to buy this water bottle? Why do I want to buy this phone? Why do I want to buy this new invention, this new product? Why do I want to buy it? Like, actually, why? Where does that come from? Because, yeah, it can very much come from ourselves, but most of the time, a lot of these things that we have in our lives is because someone has told us to get it, or someone has convinced us to get it, has marketed us to get it, or said you have to have this in order to live. This will make your life easier. Or this will make you do this, that, and the third because you need this in order to live. When really a lot of these things, number one, we don't even need. We don't need because we don't need to survive off these things. Majority of the things that I have in my room, I don't actually need in order to live, although they do help. But this knowing this also helps me clear up my room. Like I do spring cleaning like twice a year, 3 times a year. Not annually. I like to get rid of stuff. So then no, once I question myself this, I realize that most of the things that I want and like maybe the way I look or something is because was influenced by other people. People told me to do these things. See, like, what if I never knew how to do twists? I never learned how to do twists. My hair could be a whole lot different. It would be my own. But I saw twists. I saw that you can do twists and different things you can do twists, and I decided to do that for myself because somebody else showed me. I saw it somewhere. Somebody else showed me. I seen it, and I wanted that. So what can I create if I don't have the influence of the outside world? What do I really want if it's not based on the outside world and just me? It's only based on me. The next thing is um, the things we value. So many things about this life and what I have done, or well, not maybe what have I have done, but things that I have or things that I'm supposed to have, I don't value. And one of those things being money. I actually realized I don't really care about money. Like, I'm not a hustler. That's number one. That's just me. I'm just not a hustler. Two, all I want to just is to be happy, honestly. And I feel happy. So I want to be able to grow my life and, survive in a happy way. And I'm going to do what makes me happy. And personally, if I had $1 billion, the hell am I gonna do with $1 billion? What am I even gonna do with $1 million? I guess I can give it to people, help people, but I personally don't need. I don't even need. I don't even need a million. Well, actually, in this world, yes, because it's really expensive to live, inflation, everything. But like me personally, I don't need it. In order to survive, yeah, in this world, in this reality, yeah, we need money, but I do not need money. If I die broke, I'll be fine. Live broke, I'll be fine. And I think the one reason that we chase a lot of these things and worship things and like want to get these things is because we feel like that is what gives us ultimate happiness, and we feel that is we need these things and we need validation from other people in order to be able to be satisfied with yourself. And I'm here to tell you that that is not true. You At the end of each day, at the beginning of each day, during each day, only you're responsible for your happiness. You have to be responsible for your own happiness. You have to be able to separate yourself from the world and yourself as a human being. Not really a side note, but something related. Um, I think most humans see themselves as more than. We all want to feel more than the next person. We all want to feel better than this person or better than the somebody sleeping in the street. We all want to feel better than something. But I'm here to say that that's also really stupid because we, at the end of the day, are all humans, right? And at the end of each day, this is a made up system that we follow religiously. And it's made up. Somebody made it up. And it is our lives. And we don't even see it's our lives because that's all we know. That's all we know how to do. Like, I don't see myself as more than as a dog. A dog is just a different species. Why are we ranking each other so much? We are just humans. We are just another species. And always we hold ourselves to all these pressures and standards, and they're all made up. They're all made up because at the end of the day, we're just human. And if all of this went away, we would survive and we would continue to evolve. Life does not stop unless we all die off. So okay, the next sub I don't know topic that I've actually, this is not part of the revelations. It's just like something related to this that I've also learned is that in order to get comfortable with yourself, you have to get uncomfortable. You have, you absolutely have to get uncomfortable, whether it's physically, mindset wise, you're understanding what you're learning. You're gonna have to get uncomfortable. In order to get comfortable with yourself, you have to get uncomfortable. Break down those barriers. um Analyze the things that you think about yourself. What are your thoughts, your how you react to things. Try to really see yourself. Be the one to see yourself. Other people can't tell you unless you know. And more importantly, when you're trying to um get comfortable with yourself, you're gonna have to stop shaming yourself for the way you do things and the way you react to things and the way you think, the way you process things. You have to not be ashamed of that. At the end of the day, we are all very different people. We all do things differently. Why are we gonna be our number one haters? What's the point? And you also must be able to forgive yourself. People make mistakes. This is all of our first times living on this earth. You have to be okay. Another thought, I think that a lot of our mental health issues greatly and significantly correlate with the state of the world and the state of life and the way we're living right now. Direct correlation. What we're doing is not humane. It's affecting us, and our bodies are taking the hit, whether it's mentally or even immunitory wise, body wise, whatever the fuck you want to call it, an autoimmune disease, anything. Your body will take the hit for its suffering at some point. Which is why, for me, I speak for myself, stop giving a fuck. We've taught ourselves to chase the outside and not ourselves. We have to chase ourselves. Okay, the second thing I learned to the next thing, chapter of this video, the second thing I learned came about when I started asking myself, why did I want this person in this way? In a specific way, the way. I started by pinpointing what it was I wanted, what did I want, and why. Where does it come from? I wanted with this specific person I'm talking about. With this person, I wanted commitment. Commitment. I wanted commitment. No, I wanted a relationship. A committed relationship. Let's put it that way. Yeah, that sounds better. Okay, and things like that, etc. Wow. At the same time, I know me, I know him. Well, I know me more. He knows him more, but I know him some way. It would be terrible, terrible. And once I've accepted that and that we're different in the connection that we have, honestly, it's much better. Like it takes a lot of stress off my shoulders. One, I've accepted the fate of it if whatever happens. Um, and it's okay because at the end of the day, I can still do what I want. I'm not tied to this. Um, and it's still an experience, still what it is. And I think we don't in society we have friendships and we have relationships. Those are the two types of relationships that we prioritize. But we also don't think in society we prioritize the two relationships, commitment, relationships, and friendships. But I've realized that the human um social life, whatever it's called, I don't know, way more complex than we put it. It's way more complex than we put it. Like say for example, friend B. Friend B, I may go shopping with or run errands with. Okay. And that's what friend B also enjoys doing with me. Okay, friend did I mix up my letters? Okay, friend A likes to go shopping with me. Friend B now next one. Next friend. Friend B likes to do crafts with me, and they enjoy doing crafts with me. So that's what me and friend B do. We do crafts. Now I could invite friend A to hang out with me and or friend B to do crafts, or vice versa. But one friend may not like that. They might not want to do that. And this analogy is to say we're gonna have different connections with everybody. You're gonna meet new people. You cannot expect them to be. You cannot have any expectations for people. Really, everybody's very different. You cannot go into one relationship, into one connection, and expect the same exact thing, or for it to go that way just because it went that way, or they look like they would be that person. We can't put we put people in molds. With everything we do, we put people in molds, whether it's in their career, their love life, their friendships, their mental health. It's all in one mold. But it's way more complex than that. All of these things are way more complex than they're led on to be. I think the only way that we can come to societal change is by realizing that we are a part of the problem and that we all can do something to improve. We can slash our greedy, hungry egos, acknowledge that we are just humans. We're just humans on this world and we don't know everything. We are dumb too. I don't know everything. And I try to dedicate a lot of time to learning things and whatever. I still don't know everything. And you're not going to know everything. But that's why you still should keep learning. Learning's never over. Never is learning never over in life. Nope. Try validating yourself. Another thought. Another way to help create societal change and within knowing yourself. Because, oh, actually, I don't remember what my last point was, but another point I'm going to bring up. In order to create societal change, you need to also know yourself and understand yourself. When you do not understand yourself, you're just going to follow everybody else and what they tell you to do because they told you that's what it is. But the truth is, they don't really know who you are and what you want or what you like or how you do you. We are all in a mold. We need to jump out these molds, open our minds, open our thinking, start to question things, get to the root of the issue. Get to the root of the issue. And then once you start peeling back the layers, we can create progress. Progress. This is not going to be overnight. We need to create progress. We are not going to give up on ourselves. We need ourselves. If we don't have ourselves, we don't have each other. We don't have each other. So we can work harder to create a happier life for ourselves. If we can all see that this what we're doing right now is inhumane, stupid, and we have the power. Guess what, guys? We have power. You can do these things the same way people made up all these systems and make new inventions. You can change the system. You can change the way we do things. You can change the way you think. But it all starts with ourselves. Once we acknowledge that we can improve ourselves and get to know ourselves, and then we can realize we have the power to create a better system. Stop valuing these things and just value life. What about we value life? What about we value Earth? You know, and not all this other shit. Think about the change we could create then.